Hi there, folks, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about campaigns and campaign strategy. No matter what you're selling, from e-commerce to memberships, you've got to have a marketing campaign and strategy behind it. I'll be back in a few moments and we'll dive straight into this important subject. We're coming back. We're talking about campaigns, online marketing campaigns, and strategy. I just want to give some quick tips here. Also, we've written a great article on the WP-Tonic that goes into this in a lot more detail. You'll find the link in the show notes that support this video. And please, if you find this video helpful, give us a thumbs up on YouTube and think about subscribing to the channel, because I myself really produce a lot of, I feel, useful content. And also give us some feedback about what areas you'd like me to cover. That would be really helpful. But let's get straight into it. Now, if you've got online business, it doesn't matter if it's e-commerce, a membership website, education you're selling. If you're needing clientele, customers, quality leads online, you've got to have a marketing campaign and a strategy behind it. Or you don't. And if you don't, I don't think, if you just play it by the ear and you don't plan anything out, I think the results you're going to get are going to be a bit disappointing. There have been for me. I'm a strange concoction. I'm a long-term thinker, but also I tend not to want to do a lot of planning, strategy meetings. I just like to dive into it. But I've kind of modified my natural tendencies and I plan a lot more now, because I learned the hard way that not only can you waste a lot of time, get really poor results, and also spend a lot of money, and also get very frustrated if you don't spend enough time in the planning of the campaign and the strategy behind it. Number one tip: everything to do with this is going to take much more time and effort than you think. I like to repeat that. Everything to do with online marketing campaigns that are successful take a lot more time, a lot more resources, and a lot more planning than you think. The idea that you can just knock out something really quick is slightly delusionary. But on the other hand, don't get me wrong, this ain't print. This ain't like some of the more traditional marketing operation platforms like television or radio, or this is the web. And I include that podcasting, YouTube, a host of new media platforms that are out there. You've got to react and be faster on your feet than ever before. But there's a sweet middle road. Sometimes you do have to react quick, especially if you're commenting on industry news, trying to become an influencer in your industry, in your sector. You then have to get things done. But the more time you give yourself, the more planning you can put into something. Obviously, there's always paralysis through too much analyzation. That's the other side of this. You can overdo everything. You do have to get the thing done. So I've met some people that have just been totally OTT, over the top about everything. And we are dealing with a bell curve here. For the effort, a certain amount of effort gets a certain amount of return, and then you can, yes, get OTT, and it will be semi-pathetic, perfect, I meant, Freudian slip. But the amount of effort and time to get that last 10, 15% is it's going to be totally out of balance with the effort you need to get like 70 or 80%. So you've got to keep that in balance. For you to have a successful campaign, if we're talking about websites, you've got to have traffic going to your website. If you're using content marketing, producing blog posts, white papers, any videos, any type of content that your target audience wants or should find useful, obviously you use that to get traffic, but on the other hand, your campaign isn't going to be successful if nobody can see it. If you've got no audience or you've got no plan about how to get an audience to see your fantastic lead magnet or white paper or whatever it is, this ain't going to be that successful, is it? So you got to have traffic. If you haven't got traffic, you got to really be in the stages. How are we going to get traffic? And I have a number of videos, and I've discussed this, but some ways, obviously, paid traffic. I use Google or Facebook or one of the other social media platforms like LinkedIn, if you're dealing with high-ticketed offers, business to business mostly. But there's a number of platforms. Retargeting, that's when people come to your web property, and then most of them will leave. And the upsetting but truthful fact is that over 70% of those people will never come back to your website. How many of those 70 though were going to become real clientele? Who knows? But it is a fact that the majority of people, I think if you're dealing with low ticket or a very wide audience product, retargeting is really useful. I think when this is only my opinion, when you're in a more niche, high ticket area, people are seeking you out. That's how they're finding it. They're going to be much more specific in their search terms. And I think if your offering is interesting and competitive, they are going to come back. But that's my opinion. But you've got to have traffic, or you've got to have traffic that appeals to your niche area. Email marketing. Another thing that really interests me in technology is that some things just die, they never come back, a bit like videotape. There's a host, I'm aging myself a little bit, but there's a host of people entering the workforce that if you say videotape, they just look at you, what is this geezer talking about? A videotape recorder? What the hell's that? They just don't know what you're talking about. And you can use the same thing on a record player, but funny enough, there's a sizable community of even young people that are going back to records. But there's some technologies that just die out, and then there's some things that become unpopular for a time or unfashionable, but then they really come back roaring. And that's what email marketing, Google, through its actions, attempted to strangle email marketing. That's a big surprise, isn't it, folks? Because they want you to pay Google gobs of money for advertising. So through offering Gmail and then putting in rather unpleasant restrictions on email marketing, they tried to strangle it. it failed. And obviously, you do get a lot of emails sent to you, but be frank, the rules have tightened and it's become, there are some people that still break these rules, unfortunately, but the majority now, it's quite easy to unsubscribe from a list, and that's how you should do it. But building up a quality list for your business is in 2021 probably become even more important than any time in the past 20 years of the internet. I think also video marketing and getting yourself on YouTube and the other video broadcasting platforms is really important as well. So I've just touched some of the things. I don't want this video being like War and Peace. If you're interested to learn more, I said we've done a lovely post and it's on the WP-Tonic website. You'll find the link in the notes that support this video. Like I say, give us a thumbs up if you found this useful. Also subscribe to the channel. It really encourages me to make more of these videos and it makes the channel more popular. So it's a win-win for me and for you. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.